Marijuana Mama's here tonight doing an early morning show. Hope everybody's interested in listening about marijuana Mama's ventures in life and fucking problems and bullshit that we all need to go through every day, right? So first of all, I'm going to give a couple secrets away that I've been telling on the show for probably about, I would say, a year. And these secrets only come out when people listen to the Marijuana Mama show. So, anyways, the Marijuana Mama show is just teaching people what you can do to grow huge plants. I'm not really interested in growing these 2 feet, 3 feet plants and budding them out. I feel like the bud is immature. It doesn't get the proper potency of THC and CBD and indica. Sativas are harder to grow. Indicas are easier to grow. Indicas are smaller. Sativa are taller. Hybrids can be medium size, but they can also get to be very, very, very large. I had an experience this summer where I grew a plant that was 8 feet tall, and it was also 16 feet around. Needless to say, I had to claim through the insurance company that I got it stolen because my neighbor, punk-ass 31-year-old living with mommy and daddy, decided he was going to steal it from me, and there was between 2.5 and 3 pounds of bud, which would have been available to me within 3 weeks to a month of when it got stolen. And they said that most marijuana sells for about $7.48 a gram, so 2.5 to 3 pounds made the plant worth $8,500. Blew my mind away. $8,500 for my plant. I only got $1,500, and that plant would have been my medication for almost a year, or half a year. And so when people steal from you, it pisses you off just a little fucking bit. I'm not a vengeful person. I'm not a revengeful person. I'm not a person to take vengeance. I'm not that kind of person. I'm a very calm, cool, collected person most time, but I've been losing it lately because of everything that's been going on. Things that we have no control over because the demons and minions that walk the planet just decide to destroy anything or anyone that is good. They have to destroy and manipulate to change from being good to being evil, and it just takes to meet one person that wants to hurt you, and it ruins your life. I don't want to meet people anymore. I don't want to see people anymore. I don't want to get to know another human being unless they're online, on air. Because the people I've met on air over a Wolfman show, Monster Castle Paranormal, have been the most greatest, understanding people I've ever not met in my life. Because these people don't pick on me. Don't bully me. Don't try to ruin my life in any which way, shape, or form. They're actually concerned. And that's how I like it. People being concerned over someone, that's what I like. I do not like sarcastic bullshit. That really pisses me off. Sarcasm is one of the meanest and cruelest things a person can do to a sensitive person, and when a person's sensitive, it's hard to not be a sensitive person. If anybody out there is listening, if anyone is interested in making a movie out of my life, I know that would be a $1,000,000, billion, zillion dollar movie. And I don't have much time, I don't think, to figure it out how I would go about doing it myself. Wolfman Mike knows a lot about my story, so if if my health overrides me and I can't take care of myself and I gotta go in hospital and just or come home and not be well, I want Wolfman to help me make my movie because he knows my life in and out. He doesn't know everything because I can't tell it all in a year and 5 months. There's so much to tell. I started reading my autobiography I'd say about 8-9 months ago on Wolfman's show, and I just got interrupted too much. I couldn't do the show. I couldn't read my autobiography while being interrupted. And if I was to read my autobiography, I think somebody would lash out to get a hold of me to publish my movie. I don't want to just write a book. Nobody buys books anymore. Nobody reads anymore unless it's a skit off an internet site that you want to read real quick. You're not going to sit there and read a whole book unless you're totally just want to escape the world and read books all your life. I guess it makes some people smart. I think other people just escape world too much. TV, fucking TV, fucking TV, fucking internet TV, fucking internet TV, fucking anything to make you escape your mind. I don't do that. I'm in my mind 24/7. I do not leave it. The only time I can leave my mind is with music. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a song. Right here. And this is how a lot of men probably feel about their women. I don't know why I can't hear it. I can't hear it. I wonder why. There's gotta be a button. Well, it's not playing, folks, and I don't know how to do this for some reason. I don't have the volume turned up. And it's really not working for me. I thought it would. No, I can't get to work. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties as always. That's just the way it is. Technical difficulties as always. I paid for the broadcaster because that's what I want Wolfman to have. It's 3 hours every night. He can kick it on to his speaker and his other program, Caster. mcpradio-caster-com. And he'll be able to play 3 hours at a time. You will not have to renew your page. I set it all up for him tonight. He's going to be really surprised I got this done all by myself. I didn't ask for any help. He's really tired. I got ripped off today, $400. I almost started crying. I thought a friend would just borrow the money and pay me back. But I was wrong. Hey, whole skeptic, meh. He's leaving me a message. So how do I leave him a message? Hi there. Yeah, I'm not like the greatest Marijuana Mama show of all time because I'm not feeling $1,000,000. And Wolfman Mike couldn't do the show this weekend because he has some teeth that are bothering him and he was in a lot of pain. And sometimes life just happens and you have to do what you have to do, and that's how you deal with it. So if people don't like the fact that we haven't been on the air for a while, it's because we got robbed. My car got stolen. I got that happened October 5th. We moved October 12th. I've been ill for 2 years. Wolfman isn't in the best of health either. He has problems with his health. And people can't understand that, then don't listen. Don't even watch. If you can't understand that we got human fucking problems. We are partly human anyway. Me and Wolfman aren't all human. Because we do things other people can't do. And I could tell you stories that would just blow you away. I'm going to be writing. He is probably going to be mean to me, this guy, because he sounds like he can be a real asshole. His name is A-Hole Skeptic. I don't know too much about him, but at least he contacted me on the show. I'm really impressed he even is listening, because this isn't, this is Monster Cast Paranormal, but I wanted to do a show tonight, MarijuanaMaMas Journey, and I want to talk about whatever I want to talk about. I do not want there to be someone coming on telling me anything about anything. I am not getting anyone to call me. I am doing this all on my own. I have no cares about what anybody thinks about what I'm saying. Maybe I sound loopy, maybe I sound stupid talking to myself for 3 hours, 4 hours at a time. But you know what? Maybe it's good for me, because I'm in my head 24/7. I'm not like all you assholes that watch TV all fucking day long and internet shows and can't come out of your spacecrafts on the fucking show. You think you're there. God damn it. You guys are all so fucked. I will say that people who spend time on TV end up living their life like they are on TV. And when you learn sarcasm from TV and you watch TV 7 hours a day, you start taking that ventral sarcasm out on everybody you know, even if you love them. Can be your best friend and you will shit all over them because of sarcasm. And sarcasm is the biggest piece of shit I've ever heard of in this life, and it is bullying, and it is mean, and it is not something that most, good people would do. Wolfman has a show, he does his sarcasm, that's up to him. He does not sarcastically talk to me anymore because he knows it hurts me. I'm a very sensitive person. First of all, I don't know anybody who has gone through what I have and is even remotely okay. Most people like me, they sit in a wheelchair and they drool for their fucking pudding. Or they never talk to anyone and they're scared of everyone. And yeah, I might be scared of everyone, but I got a lot of fucking reasons to. I'm paranoid. No, I'm not paranoid, because if I was paranoid, none of these things ever would have happened, and I would have just thought they happened, and they never did. But I get acknowledgement every day that it happened. By the way, everyone, I got a DNA test done, and the results will be coming in about 3 weeks. I have always felt like I wasn't a part of my family that raised me I never thought I was related to any of them. I've always felt distant from them. I feel like I've always been smarter than them and been able to do things that they couldn't, and that's why they were jealous of me, and that's why we are not talking today. I haven't spoken to my brother or neither one of my sisters. My one sister I talked to about 5 months ago is the last time I talked to her. My other sister spent about a year and 3 months, and my brother's been about a year. My kids have been longer than that. They want nothing to do with me. I guess I'm a failure to them because I'm a pothead, but you know what? I really don't care. It's the only thing keeping me well. If I wasn't a pothead, I would be a vegetable. People better stop wanting to turn people into vegetables and give them their fucking marijuana. Should have given them pills and so they turn into vegetables. Seriously, doctors only want to give you the medication. If you ask for it, they will give it to you. So if you want to become a vegetable, keep asking for medication. You'll get it, but you'll be a vegetable. Everybody will stomp on you. People will shit on you because you are a vegetable. I was talking to a lady tonight, crisis line that we have here in Ontario, and she said that I am one of the most strongest will-powered person she's ever talked to, because I've done a lot of things in my life. I'm a survivor of trauma that not even an army, not even a soldier in the army could go through what I went through and not have post-traumatic stress disorder. And at that, they suffered at 16, 17, 18, and up while they were in the army. I started at 4. So who wants to be in trauma now? A 4-year-old or a 20-year-old? Who can handle it better? A 4-year-old or a 20-year-old? Who can go through hell better? A 4-year-old or a 20-year-old? I was an innocent child. My mother abused me for 7 years by selling me to a 67 to 76-year-old man. Like I never kept track of his age. I just knew he was 70 when I was like 7. My mom got paid for it. Obviously, Tim knew that if he offered money to have me go over there, pretend he was the babysitter, and he would give her money, that she went for it right away. So obviously he knew she was stupid. Not only stupid, she sent her way to hell. Because no matter how much she goes to church, I don't know how God will be able to forgive her for selling her own daughter and pimping her out for 7 years. I had to bring envelopes of money to my mom. At first, I didn't even know that my mom knew that Tim was molesting me. And I was watching a program called Different Strokes, and this one show on Different Strokes was called The Bicycle Man. And as I sat there watching it, I realized that these two boys, Arnold and his best friend, were getting involved with someone like Tim that was going to hurt them sexually if they didn't get away from him. And it really hit home because I felt the same way they did. And at the end of the program, the the pig, pedophile, got caught. He didn't touch them, but he tried to get them to get their clothes off on the camera. He was the bicycle man. He was supposed to fix bikes, but he molested the boys. And father of Arnold actually got him thrown in jail. And I actually thought this was the first time that I would be able to get away from being molested, because like I said, I didn't know my mom knew that he was doing this to me yet. I was 4 or 5. Just turned 5, I think. Because we got a TV when I was 5, so I was 5. So here I am watching Arnold, and the police come, take him away, everything's cool, he's safe. And I decide at the end of the show, it has a great big blip at the end of the show, if this is happening to you, make sure to tell a parent, guardian, or teacher. Well, for fuck's sake, I should have told my teacher, because my mother already knew about it. So when I told her about it, or what I said to her, how it was happening, I said, me and Tim are having sex. She grabbed me by the hair and dragged me up the stairs and threw me in a room that had a mattress in it. So I knew that I was in a lot of trouble, but the whole time she was dragging me up the stairs, I was asking her why. Until it dawned on me that she had something to do with it when she was talking to the pedophile, Tim, on the phone, saying you better do something or we're both in trouble. So my mom left with my baby brother. I was 5 years old, left in the house alone, dark, no lights on. And a little bit of light from the light outside the house, the big pole in the town, the light shining in the windows. And I was there crying for about 45 minutes all by myself. And all of a sudden I heard the front door open, and that door never is unlocked. And I hear this big footsteps coming up the stairs. I'm hoping it's my dad. I'm praying it's my dad, but my dad's working and he's not going to be home for a few days because he's trucking and he's going to be gone. So I don't know who it is walking up the stairs. And all of a sudden, the 6-foot man, long hair, stands in the doorway. And I was terrified because he didn't say anything. He came over to me and he started smashing my head into the wall about 10 times till I had a gaping crack in my fucking head. I had so much blood on me that when my father found me, he thought I was dead. My mother hadn't checked on me in 2 or 3 days because I had missed 2 or 3 days of school. When my dad picked me up, I was actually taken care of by an angel, a nurse, that was a ghost, an angel, and also Jack in the Green, because he was dressed in a green outfit with a sword on his side, and I call him Jack in the Green because what Wolfman mentions is Jack in the Green. He is Jack in the Green. And so I had them taking care of me for 3 days, and they would pull me into the sunlight and let the sun's rays shine on me during the day while my mother was downstairs with my baby brother, not paying any attention to what was going on with me, and I don't even think she checked on me once. The whole time I was upstairs in a coma, because I was in a coma. Now you gotta think of this, I'm in a coma. I'm 5 years old. And nobody has even checked on me in 2 or 3 days. My dad comes home and finds me. And my mom tells my dad that I had a temper tantrum and smashed my head against the wall. The wall was covered in blood. The mattress was covered in blood. My hair was covered in dried blood. My clothes were covered in blood. And my dad decided he'd give me a bath to get the blood out of my hair and off my skin. And he didn't say too much, but he was saying, "Why would you do this to yourself?" And he repeated himself over and over. And I think after a while, he probably thought that it wasn't true, but he didn't have any signs that my mother was abusing me in any way because I couldn't tell him because I was threatened with death. I was threatened with death that if I was to say anything, my whole family was going to get killed before I told my mother, and then after I told my mother, he told me he'd kill me every day, so I never had a chance to tell my dad until I turned 22. 22 years old, I finally let my father know what was going on and what did go on. I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak. I grunted, groaned, and moaned when I tried to communicate. I think it was a Thursday that my mom brought me back to school, and she told the teacher I was pretending not to be able to talk. So I got put in a cage in kindergarten because I wouldn't talk normal. Because I had been in a coma. Because I had been telling the truth about being molested, I got tortured. And not only that, folks, the person that beat my head in when I was 27 years old admitted to beating my head in when I was 5. That person, Wolfman Mike, knows. He has been friends with him for over 20 years. Maybe even 30. He said $1,000 was a lot of money back in 1977. So he was like saying the money was so much that he couldn't say no to beating in a 5-year-old's head. I found that I have no friends to introduce to Wolfman, so my friends can't hurt Wolfman, but all of Wolfman's friends have hurt me. Really bad. I suppose it was because this gentleman that smashed my head in was 42 when he told me he smashed my head in, and we were all coming back, him, his wife, me, and a couple friends. We had all went to the bar and had a good time. On our way back, everybody had passed out, and all I could say to him after he admitted to smashing my head in was, "I forgive you." What else am I going to say? Beat him in the head? Smash him, hit him? No. I don't hit nobody. I just forgave him. I get shit on every day for forgiving my mother. My post-traumatic stress disorder counselor said never to talk to her again. Well, guess what? I forgave her. Hate takes a lot more energy out of you than love. Hate takes a lot more energy out of you than love. Listen to that. Hate takes a lot more energy than it does to love. So many people think hatred and inflicting pain and suffering and shitting on people is going to benefit someone. It benefits the person that's shitting on you because then they feel better about themselves. That's the only reason they shit on you is because they feel like shit about themselves, and they want everyone to feel like shit. You ever hear the saying, clean your own doorstep, or clean your doorstep off before you step in the shit in front of the others? I don't think that's how it goes. Something like that. Don't clean your own doorstep because there's shit on others. Something like that. Fucking shit on doorsteps because of the way people treat people. really, really tired of human beings. I haven't met one human being that not even Wolfman, that I can relate to in a totally functioning manner. There are no people that function properly anymore. The only people that I can even relate to are the very kind-hearted people on Monster Castle that will listen to my stories and actually wonder how I am okay and I should be a vegetable, but I'm not. And I do have willpower beyond my control, and my control, my willpower is of the extreme. But most people don't even know what willpower is. That's why they eat a whole pie in one sitting. Sorry to say it, I was 320 pounds. I can say whatever the fuck I want about fat people. You're lazy and you eat too much. That's how you got where you are. And you don't need surgery to lose weight. You need to get off your ass and start walking, and not to the fridge, down to the mailbox. Or the local library or something. Instead of getting up, just going to the fridge to get food, why don't you get up and go do something? For as much energy as it takes to eat all that and gain 10 pounds, you can go for a walk and lose 10 pounds. I tried really hard when I was 320 pounds to change my life because I didn't even want to go in public, because I was stared at like I was a disease-ridden person, and I know that that's how I look at fat people now. Fat people are not the nicest to look at, but sometimes you take a double glimpse just because of how big they actually are. I was me and Wolfman together would make, and 20 pounds was how big I was. No, I think that's right. No, me and Wolfman together right now would make 320 pounds. So I lost a whole human being by exercising and eating properly, not being a pig, maybe eating a cake or pastry once a month instead of every day. You don't need sweets every day. Give yourself one day a week where you get to have treats. And don't make it so you have to eat a whole pie. Have one piece and share it with others. Freeze it. I don't care. Just don't eat it all. Big bag of chips. Big ball pop. Yeah, I'll sit here and watch my movie. No, you're getting fat. You're watching your movie and you're getting fat. People need to get off their asses and stop thinking that TV's going to change their lives. Because sure as fuck doesn't change anything but make you fat and ugly. How these people think you can wear bikinis when they're 300 pounds is beyond me. Disgusting. Sorry, I'm going to have my own opinion here. You want to hear sarcasm? I think being fat is disgusting. I was fat. I have every right to talk about fat people. Another journey I want to tell you about. Well, another thing that's in my book and that I want in a movie. And I want these things in a movie the same order as it happened in. Because before I was 4, I can't remember anything positive in my life. I can't remember any negative things, really, except for my cousins chasing me around and always scaring me. But what I would say is from 4 to 11, that abuse continued for the whole time except for the year that we moved away from my father because of his alcoholism. He was a very bad alcoholic and he couldn't get up in the morning without a shot of whiskey. So, but he never missed a day of work. That man worked hard every day of his life. And he helped me get my willpower because he was the one that would tell me, you gotta figure it out yourself. He would never tell me what to do. I could tell him what my problem was, but then he would tell me to figure it out on my own. So with him doing that for me, it made me have willpower, and it made me strong enough to know what to do, what to say, how to control, how... I have no control. What am I talking about? I have no fucking control. Nobody does. When my father figured if I could figure out my problems by myself, that I would learn from them more than to be told what to do and then hate him for telling me what to do and it wasn't the right thing for me at the time. I had a beautiful crop come off this year. And I got it down in October, beginning of October. And the only thing was I only had 6 little plants. They were probably about, sativa was 6 feet tall. The one indica was about 5 feet tall. The other one was about 4 feet tall. But I didn't get all that much off them. I got scared and picked them a little early, didn't let them get frost, didn't let them get too strained with the weather. I could have let them out until now. The weather in Ontario is still 7 degrees at night and 12 during the day. So I could have let it go right till November. But I moved, so I'd take them all down. And my marijuana is the best in the world. It tastes like a woman, smells like a woman. All I can say is if your girlfriend has a beautiful perfume that she wears all the time that you love, get her to grow weed and her marijuana will smell the same way. So sexy. It's not because she wears the perfume that the plant tastes like her. It's because... when she takes care of her plant, her DNA is absorbed by the leaves and the stalk of the plant. So actually when a female and a male grow pot, their DNA actually gets infused into the plant, and that plant will be best to that person. If you ever go to someone's place, you smoke a joint, and you think, holy fuck, this is harsh shit, garbage, crap, no good shit. Well, the person that grew that shit knew what they were doing, but it's not from your DNA. Your DNA on your plants makes you enjoy your plants even more. I came up with this yesterday when I was thinking about how beautiful my plants smell. And sometimes when angels come around, you'll get this faint smell of perfume. Well, I've always felt like I was an angel because I survived so much. I almost died so many times in my life that I could be an angel and just be walking here for God to give me the right words to say to you people on the show. I wish A-hole Skeptic could get back to me. He's the only one listening right now that I know of. Wolfman's gonna be so happy I set up his new system with Spreaker. He didn't realize how to get this set up, but he had to get through broadcast, and he only had the one before it. So now I'm getting the broadcasts for the next year, and so he won't have to worry about the damn half hour, whatever, 15-minute shows anymore. He'll be able to do a full 3 hours at a time when he comes on again. You know, life happens, people. When Wolfman can't come on the show, it's usually because we're going through a trial of hell in this world. I guess everybody has it, everybody goes through it, but sometimes it seems like it's all on you. Significantly, someone is picking on you in this universe. And I can tell you right now, all good comes from God, all bad comes from the devil. So everything that's been happening to me and Wolfman is coming from the devil. He's trying to break us down, turn us into pieces of shit like everyone else. But you know what? Me and Wolfman are strong, and we have our beliefs, and we have no whims about going to heaven. I know I'm going. I've known since I almost died when I was 5 and got my head caved in. God grabbed me by my collar, held me out of my body after I had to go back and got my head smashed in. I had to go back the next week. I barely started talking again. All I could do was grunt and groan, and my mother made me go back. He demanded I go back. I wish he would have killed me, because it would have been better than what I went through. But at that point, when I almost died, while he was torturing me with objects, to say objects, he was torturing me with objects at 5, God grabbed a hold of my collar, my dress, and lifted me up in the palm of his hand. And the lightning and the thunder and the roaring from God started, and he was so angry this was happening to me that he took me out of my body and kept me away from the pain. And he told me I would have 3 children that would have significant, well, he didn't tell me how many children I would have, because there's a discrepancy in that one too. But I raised 2 children. I met my 18-year-old son, and I gave up for adoption 2 days after my 14th birthday. His birthday was April 19th, mine's April 17th, and I gave birth to him 2 days after my birthday. So I just turned 14 when I had him. And my mother signed him away because I had no rights. I was 14, no rights in 1986. My oldest son was born out of a rape. And Family and Children's Services said I would abuse him because I was raped when I got pregnant by him. Why would I abuse a child? I had never abused a child in my life. So why would I abuse my own child? It's not the child or the baby's fault. The men that raped me, it's not the child's fault. I would never hurt a child. If I was even to remotely think about hurting a child, I would cut my hands off, cut my feet off, cut my head off. I'd find a way. I'd pay somebody to do it if I was that sick. It's just the way how I feel. No, don't get me wrong. I can't stand kids screaming and yelling and carrying on like monsters. But I would never hurt a child. I'm talking to a-hole skeptics on.
Oh.
He's on my on your speaker channel, talking to Marijuana Mama. He's not really saying too much. He's just paying attention to the show right now. He's listening to it. I bet you can't believe I'm on here alone, talking and talking and talking. But I got you the broadcaster now. You got 3 hours and 1,500 hours in our archives. And that starts as soon as you want to do a show, honey. And I got you this new broadcasting page. And it's the way you like. It's got microphone, deck 1, deck 2, and video. See? This is the one you got now.
Alright. Cool with that.
Okay. Time to stay up. Doing the show, I've only done 45 minutes. So, as I was saying, Wolfman got up there and had to go to the bathroom. He's not impressed with me. I'm so depressed tonight. I'm just going to sit here and depress everybody for a while. Do you think it's bad that your remote control got lost in the couch? Just listen to this journey of mine. God held me out of my body. And he told me I was going to have children, that we're all going to have gifts. And as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm ever going to believe, I have probably about 7 human children and 2 alien children. That's another story. Nobody would believe it anyway, because nobody listens to people that tell the truth anymore. That's where everybody's fucking up. Not listening, not paying attention, not believing. I'm turning this up a bit just because. I don't know if this will sound better with my voice up higher. Trying to get it so it's the normalizer I'm using. So I'm hoping that makes a difference. I want to be able to hear the show tomorrow too, or tonight after I do it, because I find it's cool when I listen back and I can feel all my emotions running out of me as I'm telling my stories, and my post-traumatic stress disorder seems to be relieved. Did you know I've waited 25 years for a psychologist? And there's no doctor that will refer me to one so that it's covered by OHIP. Which I feel like in Toronto, there's psychologists for a husband and a wife that can't get it up. But there isn't a psychologist for someone like me that's been through the hell that I have been on this earth. I don't know anybody that has been drugged by 70 needles and survived. 70. The nurses circled the needle marks on my body. When my blood was tested, I had heroin, cocaine, speed, and opium in my system, and hash. Hash is the only thing I smoked. I had THC too, but that's nothing. I don't care. For all those drugs to be in me and for me not to have died, there's got to be something I've got to say to this world somehow, some way, sometime. I guess people have their problems. Oh, I lost my toothpaste. Oh, I lost my toothbrush. Oh, I lost my remote control. And that's the end of the world. It's the end of the world because they can't sit on their couch and sit on their ass and watch TV and flip the remote. It's horrible. Horrible life. It's a horrible life, too. When you meet people 25, 30 years ago in the hospital that were just like you, going through traumatic experiences and tortured in the psychiatric hospital like we were pieces of shit, when all we were doing was suffering. Seems like the suffering has to suffer more. Government had control of it. Government knew what was being done in psychiatric hospitals. Government never did nothing. Government allowed it. There are so many women that were beaten in the side rooms of the hospital that they had miscarriages and there'd be blood all over their rooms, and the nurses would make you look in the room and say, that will happen to you if you don't listen to us. That's the kind of torture that goes on in psychiatric hospitals that no one will admit to. No lawyer will represent you because they are involved in the government. The hospital is part of the government. Lawyers are part of the government. They work for each other. They will not represent you. I was raped by patients. I was raped by custodians. I was raped by nurses. I was attacked by patients. I was attacked by nurses. I was made so I couldn't eat for a whole week, so I started eating the lead paint off the walls where they had thrown me in, head first, where my head smashed into the wall. The lead paint and the cement started cutting off the wall, and I hadn't eaten in 6 days, so I decided to start eating the wall. I had lead poisoning. I had to go to the hospital delivered by ambulance. I don't know what they gave me, but I was sick because I ate the lead paint. When I was in the hospital, they called me Black Stallion. Nobody could calm me down. Unless I was being put in a headlock. Can you imagine? 120-pound girl being put in a headlock by a 190-pound muscle-bound goop. You want to hear something else? I had my tubes tied after my one son, Michael. And I continued to get pregnant. While I was in the hospital. And they would keep me longer and longer because they were trying to hide the fact, because if I went to a health unit I could find out that I was pregnant. But while I was in the hospital they could pretend to say that I wasn't pregnant even if I was. So they would keep me there so I wouldn't have access to a health unit to get tested. But they would say they tested me and I was negative. Even though my breasts hurt, I had milk. My belly was protruding, I was gaining weight. And I went in labor. And you can't go through all that and it'd be a joke. And one nurse, his name was Sam, I asked him to take custody of my one son. because they had me on medication when I was pregnant with him and I knew he'd be ill. And I talked to him probably when my son was about, I would say 7. When my son was about 7 years old. He had raised him from birth because I gave him full custody at birth. I didn't want anybody in my sick family to have my children. So I signed adoption papers as soon as I gave birth, and they were private, secret documents that were never supposed to be shown or told to anybody, and I really don't give a fuck. I'm telling everybody everything now on. Why not? Why not? And yeah, I gave up for adoption to Sam and his wife. His wife Sam never wanted to have kids. Sam and his wife are having a lot of we're having a lot of problems because of his. It was going to cost so much money to raise him, and his wife wasn't impressed with the fact that it wasn't a child that they had together, healthy child at that. And Sam took on the responsibility of raising this child. And he had spina bifida, I think it was. He told me he was diagnosed when he was a young baby. And spina bifida. Pretty sure that's the one he told me he had. And the thing about that is, he said about my son was that he could play any instrument he picked up. Piano, guitar, anything he could pick up. I'm not sure how bad spina bifida gets, and I'm not sure what. I've never looked into it, and I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to read into it a lot. My DNA results are going to be in 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. I say 3 weeks because it's already been a week and they're in the lab. It's in the lab. So if my children ever try to find me, they will find me. And if I have extended family that's not the family that raised me, and I will have new family, and I'll have the family I've always dreamed of. Horses Cathedral. I don't know why I said that. It's really weird that I said that. I don't think there's a volume button on this computer. It's really confusing. Really confusing. It is confusing. I don't know why the volume button for YouTube isn't working. Because I tried to play the one song. I'm going to try this again. I don't know what. Sometimes you just got to try things more than once, right? So let me try this again. I really like this song, and it describes a lot about women. I'm really going to try to find this so that I don't think I'll find the one I want. No, it doesn't seem like they're going to play it. No, I spelled it wrong. I spelled it wrong. Here, that's why. Mike showed me so much on the computer, and I'm learning so quickly that I'm finally don't have to ask questions when it comes down to the fact you want to get things done. Okay, I'm going to try to play you the song. Full song. That's not it either. I want the 3-minute and 51-second one. Here we go. It's called Black Widow. And some people may have heard it already. And it's still not playing. Why isn't it playing? No, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, folks. I really don't know how to turn up the volume on this crazy piece of crap computer. But if anybody wants to listen to it, it's up there. It's called Black Widow, and it's by Iggy Azalea. So you'll find it on YouTube, and you can listen to it, and you can tell me what you think. A lot of women are like that. A lot of women are like that. I was watching 5 minutes of the stupid program tonight. It was the stupidest thing I ever heard of. And it was this lady that said that that love is just a scientific feeling and you get over it really quickly. Well, that means you don't even have emotion or feelings. If you're just going to go around fucking guys, you're a sick pig. Go fuck yourself. Why can't you learn to fuck yourself? Don't fuck everybody. Be known to be a whore. I don't know how anybody can sell themselves. I guess it's legal now. I don't think it's right, but it's been around for what, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Can't say it's all wrong. If you have a body and you like sex, if you have a nice body and you like sex, and you don't have any fears, then I could see someone being able to do that. I have never done that myself and have no intentions of ever doing that. But everybody has their own thing. I guess some people pay their way through college that way. And then they go off to be great things. I have to look into some stuff in Ontario. See what's available for under vulnerable persons list. See if I'm on it, or if I should be on it, or if I can be on it, or if I am even eligible to be on it. I've done some psychological testing on myself. The government, healthcare, and everything's so wrong about me. They figure because everything I've been through, I've got to be every diagnosis under the sun. And actually, I always suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. And if they went through what I did, they'd suffer from a lot more. Most people can't handle being sexually assaulted or abused once in their life. Well, I've been abused thousands of times in my life. once, actually. I never got my head caved in other than the time I was 5. If that was to happen today, somebody hit me in the head, my skull would cave in, just like it did then. I've got a bone and teeth and everything in my body is, all my bones are gray. And my teeth are gray. And it's called osteogenesis imperfecta. And either or, you could call it brittle bone disease, but I like the big word, osteogenesis imperfecta. And I've had this since I was born, and it was because my mother swallowed herself or something slutty bitch got gonorrhea. She got gonorrhea when she was pregnant with me, so she was given tetracycline, which they usually didn't have to give pregnant women because most pregnant women don't fuck everything with gonorrhea. And she had to get rid of the gonorrhea, so they gave her tetracycline, and that made me have brittle bone disease in vitro. They don't give pregnant women tetracycline, to give them something else that doesn't affect the baby anymore. I have a very, very rare bone disorder. I have broke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bones in my body throughout my lifetime, and I'm 46 years old. I have to be extra careful in the ice and snow because if I fall, I'll break a hip. I've broken my ankles twice. I've broken my wrists. I've broken my metatarsal bones in my feet. I have broken fingers. I had my skull was so smashed in when I was 5 that I have an indent about 5 inches long on the back of my head that's now starting to come out. Instead of go in, it's coming out. So maybe the scar tissue is starting to build up. Wolfman does a much better show than me, but he also has music and stuff he can play on the show. And I don't know why, but for some reason I can't get anything. I can't get anything to play. I can't get anything to play on YouTube. I don't know if it's not connected to my broadcasting board, or it was because there's a volume button and I can't find it. Or if there isn't a volume button on this board. We really don't have a good setup here, folks. This setup is one of the fucked up setups you could ever imagine. We try to do our best, but with all the technology that you need and what we have to work with, well, it's quite hard to keep up. He's doing an amazing job keeping the 24-hour shows going. He's, I think, got one show that's 4 days long, 5 days long. You can hear it on MCPR radio, and all his shows are now on YouTube. So if you haven't caught on yet, he's been on YouTube for quite a while now. You can hear all his 24-hour shows, or whatever they are, 72-hour shows, off of YouTube. I have a few shows on YouTube, plus I also have a video of my plants dancing, my plants dancing to George Thorogood. That all of a sudden disappeared off YouTube, And I don't know where it went, but I think YouTube decided to sell it to somebody for something special. And I don't got it no more. I'm trying my hardest to keep track of things, but when people steal it, you can't get it back. Can't get it back. You just can't get it back. No, you can't. Well, I'm going to exit this because no one's talking to me. How do I get rid of this? There we go. I have to find out how to Wolfman Mike's got a great new page for his MCPR radio. I haven't been paying attention to how hard he's been working, and I've been staying out of the studio because I want him to be motivated. We are both exhausted to the point where we just needed to have a couple of days to feel better. Wolfman's teeth were hurting him, so he took the weekend off. He was feeling better today. Thank God for that. I felt so bad for him. Teeth is almost as bad as pain as labor pains. It's the second worst pain in the planet. So a woman giving birth is a 10, and teeth pain is a 9. And you could also die from giving birth, and you could also die from rotting teeth. It goes in your bloodstream, and the poison kills you. A lot of times when you get an autopsy, they'll say natural causes. Well, fuck, if it's their teeth, fucking say so. Don't fucking say natural causes when the teeth were rotting out of their head. It was poison. Sorry, folks. I gotta enjoy my marijuana tonight. I haven't been smoking enough. I've been so busy trying to get another vehicle and getting groceries in the house until I get another vehicle. Help me and Wolfman look tonight. And I think I found what I want. And it was the first vehicle that I actually got to talk to the owner about, because we went after hours. And this gentleman just happened to still be working at 6:30 in the evening when we showed up at his car lot. So we pulled in and we were looking at the 4x4, and it was sold today. It was sold yesterday. And he had another one that was four-wheel, what do you call that? Front-wheel drive, which I would love to have a front-wheel drive because the engine in the front and the weight there will help it stay straight in the ice and snow. A lot better than rear-wheel drive car. Spin all over, fuck, almost getting accidents every day. So the car is a Acadia, or it's a SUV. It's an Acadia. It's a GMC. It's black. It's got tinted windows. It's got it's even got TV. It's got everything. I think I'm gonna get it just because my heart tells me my dad took me there tonight. My dad passed away 4 years and 4 months ago, and now I actually feel like he was with me and telling me to go there tonight because it's going to be gone if I don't go. So I went there immediately. I just said, Wolfman, I gotta go. I gotta go to this place. I gotta go see the vehicles there. Something's telling me I gotta go. And for the gentleman to still be at his job site at 6:30 after supper, he hadn't even eaten yet. And I told him I was sorry that I interrupted him going home. He was happy. He was a real kind gentleman. He wasn't at all snappy or aggravated or anything. He was a very, very good man. And he gave me a deal of a lifetime, because now I'm going to have an Acadia 2010 with 140,000 kilometers on it. And I'll be able to afford it, get the plate, sticker, and everything on it. And also I will be able to change it all in my name, because I'm going through a dealership. I won't have to go to the Service Canada wait in line. He's doing all that for me. So I think that is just phenomenal. The easier that I can get this vehicle and the quicker I can get it done, the better. I only have until Wednesday with the rental. And so I want to get the Acadia on the road as soon as possible. I'm taking it for a test drive tomorrow. Taking it for a test drive. I got a beer somewhere. Wolfman has me drinking beer tonight because I asked him for one. He said yeah, and he went to bed and I'm still drinking. I still only took 2 mouthfuls out of the one I opened an hour ago. Tells you how much beer I drink. I'm not an alcoholic, but I was a boozer. I used to go to the parties in the area where I lived when I was a teenager in my own apartment. And they had barn parties, and I used to go to the biggest guy there with the biggest bottle of booze, and I would make a bet. So I would say, $100, I bet you I could drink more than you can. And of course, I would always want them to go first, because it was easier for me to figure out how much I had to drink to beat them. So they would always drink the neck and a little bit, and then I'd swig back the rest of the bottle or another half of the bottle, and I'd always win the money. So everybody's money always went in my pocket. After I played that a couple times, I got so violently ill the first time I did it that I could never do it again. I did. I did though. And I used to power drink like that so that I could escape. But I don't escape. I don't want to escape from reality, so to the point where you're crying and ill. I used to cry every time I got drunk over giving my son up for adoption. Every time I drank, I would cry. I was so devastated when I lost my son that I promised myself I'd be pregnant within a year, and I was. Actually, 5 months after I had my son, I was pregnant with my daughter. I didn't want to lose my son, because Family and Children's Services said I would abuse him. They took him away. But really, at 14, they said I had no rights, that my mother could sign him away. My mother was the one that signed him away. So my mother gave the gift that God gave me away. And when she found out I got pregnant with my daughter, I had hair down to the middle of my back. She shaved the back of my neck. All the way up. I cried for a whole month. I didn't come out of my room. I have never had short hair but that day. You shaved my head. It took me 20 years to grow my hair back. I could have had hair down to my feet. You know, all these things on Spreaker that I do by myself, one day will be cherished by people that didn't want to get to know me while I was alive. Everybody who's ever said they were a friend or a family or anything to me has hurt me to the point where I disappeared and all I had left was the MarijuanaMaMas Journey and MarijuanaMaMas Show. They would learn to get to know me, even if I wasn't here. Another story I can let you know about is when my grandma's really sick, 2 guys, girls and guys. My grandma's not doing good. She has tumors in her stomach. They don't think she'll make it if they do surgery, but they don't think she's going to make it anyway. I want to see her, but then I'm going to remember how my dad was before he passed away. I'm going to read you something in a minute. I actually always wanted to have someone in my life that cared more about me than I cared about myself. Because everybody else always cared about themselves more than me. And Wolfman definitely cares about me more than I care about myself. And when I was in my 20s, I made a card to my future husband or fiance or whatever, my soulmate. And I wrote a letter to my future soulmate. And it's a card that I made with a picture of trees and sun and birds and sky and health. And I'm going to take a minute here and I'm going to get Wolfman to show me more on another time because I wish I could play you music while I go get this card. But it'll only be 2 minutes, folks. Wolfman is snoring away. No, I can't find it. He must have tucked it away in his paperwork. That's okay. I got a few more here. Well, I've got lots here. I'm going to start with floating thoughts. These are all things that I wrote. Okay, here we go. It's called Floating Thought, and these are songs or poems that I never finished writing. And I just started out with the one paragraph or a couple lines, and I stopped and I never finished it. So I will just call them Floating Thoughts, and if you or anybody wants to add to them, get a hold of me on MCPR, MCP Radio, and or Monster Castle, or even Spreaker, and help me finish the songs. Me and Wolfman could do this at any time, any day, any any second, any moment. It's just that we're so engulfed with what's been going on. It's just, you don't know until you've been through it. And my fucking car got stolen, smashed up in London, Ontario. How the fuck does that happen? $8,000 worth of damage to my car. That's not including the engine and transmission or anything else. Anyways, here we go. Floating thoughts. Love releases pain. Pain releases hate. Day and night releases time. Bad memories are meant to be forgotten. I'm not my past. That's number one. Number two. My mind is a hateful yet loving place where only the best can go. And when they do, they become a friend. Number two. Number three. I never thought a body could combustibly explode till I lost everything I ever loved or ever owned. That's three. Four. A day to rest, a day to enjoy, a day to make a dear friend in the Lord. Nothing will be destroyed, and then you can live without fear, for the Father will always be near. That's number four. Wolfman actually asked me if it sounded like some of my sayings are right out of the Bible. I've always thought that I could write the next part of the Bible. Because it's not me that's writing it. It's not me that writes. I don't know if it's a personality that I have that writes it, or if it's an angelical gift, but it's called it's a gift called automatic writing. You don't need to think. All you do is write. And as you write, it just blends together to the point where you think it is part of something bigger. I do have more, and I'm going to read some to you guys tonight because I don't always get to do this in my peace and quiet time. And this one's called Immortality. I imprison my dark side, I mistakenly fly, showing no pride. Pass into the here and now, shed a tear, yet solemnly frown. Full of fears, slash into immortality, for only but a moment. Past lives become reality. Scream, shout, and vent. Dreams bring you to the dawn. Sleep makes you feel far gone. No here and now. No truth to my reality. Just inferiority. I'm not done that one either. That's one of the ones I really want to keep working on. Me and Wolfman could put another 10 lines to that. It would just be fucking phenomenal. Paragraphs. This one's called Unconscientious. Unconsciousness. Unconscientious? I don't know how to say it. Unconscientious. Not thinking before speaking, not being a true friend and keeping their secret. Not having any type of seeking for truth. Living life with regrets. Believing in nothing. Nothing to be happy about. Nothing good to say. So shut your mouth. Making and believing only in your own rules. Life will take toll. No beliefs, no tools for fools. Take on a good role. Have some relief. Care about others' feelings. Don't be so grueling. Care about someone else's life. Help someone out in desperate need. Don't just bellow out me, me, me. Become freed at God's speed. I don't have none of this. This one is called Patience, but I don't have none of it. Patience is like being able to dance all alone and no one being able to judge you. Patience is kind and everything feels fine. Patience is a true emotion and a character everyone should have. No anger or resentment for waiting, for someone being late. Screaming just to vent is not a good state of mind. Living life patient and kind, loyal and true, not lonely and blue. Anger does not get you off scot-free. You lose all of your dignity. Conscious is a state. Life always has fate. Revolving doors of emotion can put you on the floor. Tears flowing, wind blowing, life showing us how to live. Not sand pouring out of a sieve and just disappearing. I think you'll like this one. It's called Moonlight's Beauty. Moonlight's beauty, longing for a moment of comfort, looking for messages sent, wanting always to be alert, stormy thoughts of despair, thunderous hate I feel so rare. Moonlight's beauty, sun shining to open eyes to see, wanting and search for true love that binds. We are all different in our own kind of way. Longing to see better days ahead. Needing friends that are true, none that make you feel despair, lonely, or blue. Moonlight's beauty, searching under the twilight, staying out of sight from the fright in the darkening night. Starting from the start, beginning with no end, learning to hide and dart away, never shared great moments, longing for better days, looking unto my ends. Moonlight's beauty. That was freaking me out. I didn't know I wrote like that. That almost seems like something I should be scared about. I think I read you this one already. Tell them that I have a couple of them are copies. I have copies and I have copies upon copies. I gave Wolfman a bunch of copies. Here we go. Memories. As raindrops fall from the sky, I sit, ponder, and wonder why. All things happen for a reason. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Strange things happen in any season. As a child wanting to forget, had blocked out harsh memory. Now as an adult, I can't let these memories go. Nightmares in daylight is now what I see. All of my childhood harsh memories. Honesty is what does soothe. Misty-eyed, cried too long. Always to tell the truth. I know these memories can't be wrong. I can't live in the past. I've already been the outcast. Cherishing memories I want to last. Closing doors to thoughts I fear as quickly as possible or I'll shed a tear. Memories are true stories. I like that one. Like I say, I got a lot of copies, but I got a lot of original. A lot of ones that I haven't memorized any of them because I got so many. I don't go on any of those discords or anything like that. I don't understand them. I know a lot of people just end up getting people's feelings hurt and stuff there, and I don't understand it. I don't know why people want to hurt each other's feelings. And this one's called A Little Twist. I wrote it January 14th, 1999. called Little Twist. Dreams are goals with a little twist. Goals you tend to achieve. Dreams give you vision to a goal. Among the mist in mind, dreams find you to achieve. The goals you've dreamt are meant to be. It's your destiny. In a vision, goals without desire may as well be fire. To eat, destroy, and burn your dreams up in smoke. And all your intentions mean nothing without learning. All it takes is to believe in yourself, your dreams, your goals, your achievements, present and past, with your own little twist. Believe that you will achieve it, and it's yours. I found a copy right now of my book. Oh my God. Not only is this part of my book, this was also what made me have a check for $24,000. I think it was $750 or something. And I explained what happened to me as a child. And I have read some of this on air. Just when Wolfman was there, I just felt like I was being interrupted too much. The Wolfman needs to read this, and maybe one day he'll be able to sit down and read it. I'll just set that down right there, and if he ever gets interested, he'll pick it up and read it. This is one of the ones that Wolfman actually asked me if I had taken it out of the Bible. But no, I wrote this all on my own with the gift of automatic writing. It's called He. As I sit here contemplating what my future is holding for me, in the midst of my mind, in the midst of my soul, I will find my destiny, even if it takes toll. There's only one Father that knows me. That's the Holy Father, for He knows what I'll do before I even do it. He sees what's in store for me. He knows all, sees all, and can help me be all. Open up your heart for me. Show me what's in store to see into my destiny. I'll leave it for you to show me what to do. To do by your abiding, I will be riding the waves of creation instead of destruction. The rains of despair will disappear, you who truly cares. He's who has been there through all my tears and fears and all my years. You who held on to me when I couldn't hold on for myself, when I couldn't do for myself, you never left me. You opened my eyes to see. I think that's beautiful. I don't know what people think about my stuff tonight. I don't even know if people are listening. If you know of anybody that wants to leave a message or knows that I'm on, it would be really cool. It would be really cool if somebody would send me a message to let me know how things are sounding. I know that, I know I had one message and that's all I got, and it said meh. He wanted to hear Wolfman, not Marijuana Mama. So maybe nobody will listen to Marijuana Mama tonight. Or maybe they will. Trying to see what time it is. Don't know. By the way, I have a secret. For anybody who wants to grow marijuana and get the proper product without fertilizer, for every plant Use 1 gallon. So 1 gallon, I think that's 1 bucket. To a bucket, like an ice cream pail is about a gallon. Make it like a gallon or 2 gallon container full of Miracle Grow. 6 months feeding. And ashes from cigarettes and weed. That's all you need. You won't have dying leaves. You won't have mildew. You won't have root rot. You won't get mold on the soil. You're feeding your plant potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus because the ashes has that in it. I studied this for probably a good, I can't even remember. I was looking at this, I was studying this for days on end. Ashes actually help your plants become healthy. And instead of that, giving them chemicals and stuff to grow faster and get bigger by this and this and this and this and this. I think everyone should just have a smoker hit you their ashes if you don't smoke and you smoke marijuana. Have a cigarette smoker or use your own weed ashes and put them on your plant. And I will guarantee you a healthy plant if you do it this way. It's the easiest way to take care of marijuana. You just take a tablespoon once every week to 2 weeks and you put it by the stem of the plant and then you water it. Make sure the ground is dry when you water it. That's all you have to do. I had maybe on a plant that had 150 cola buds, I had maybe 50 yellow leaves fall off of it. I would say that it was the biggest, widest, most beautiful plant that Wolfman has ever seen, because he told me so. And I must say, it's the best plant I've ever grown. And it got stolen. Stolen! Got stolen. Rock and roll gets stolen. Everything gets stolen. I really don't understand why my volume isn't working too good. There's no buttons on the front to control the volume. There's no buttons on the side to control the volume. So, how is this working even? Can I see something? No, I don't want to touch Wolfman stuff. That would piss him off. If I started fucking with Wolfman's things, not knowing what I'm doing, it really upset him, so I'm not going to touch it until I learn it better. I don't know if anybody out there has hypoglycemia. It's a very scary disease that Mike deals with every day. And I know that I need to work a lot harder on worrying about his health than just my own. I need to make sure that he eats between 4 and 6 small meals a day, or at least 1 big meal and 2 little meals. He has to eat, and he has to eat healthy. And one time he collapsed in front of me and smashed his head. His sugar got so low and he actually collapsed. He came to a couple minutes later. He wouldn't let me call the hospital. Most men won't. So like I'm telling you, everybody has human problems here. So when we don't want to show, I hope you fans aren't giving up on Wolfman because he's trying his damnedest. And I'll repeat myself again, he had 2 teeth bothering him this weekend. They were killing him, made him in severe pain. He was sober all weekend, in severe pain. In bed, trying not to think about how much pain he was in. And on Saturday night, he actually looked like a chipmunk. His face was so swollen. And then today we called the dentist and they're not taking anybody. So we have to travel for a dentist. One day, my kids are gonna know that I wasn't the monster and that all of them were. Sorry to say that about my kids, but if you knew what I knew, you'd think the same thing. I really hope that everybody enjoyed the show. I've been now on for 1 hour and 6 minutes, and I have another 72 minutes to go. Another secret I want to tell everybody is probably in about the, I would say growth period, 10 weeks. 7 to 10 week period of growth. You can start giving your plants full coffee grounds. It actually benefits your plant as well. Just look into the benefits. They're definitely there. They will spike your plant's growth and it'll just make you really impressed with how things go. Magic is magic, and if you hear it from Marijuana Mama, you know it's going to work. These secrets have been brought down for hundreds of years. And for me to be able to pass it on down to the next generation of growers makes me very proud. And scientists have researched this, and that's what I studied their journals. You ever hear about farmers putting their ashes in their field when they're going to grow the crop? Same idea. There's nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in the ashes from the wood burning or what you burn. And what that does is give the plant so much nutrients it doesn't have to suffer for it. It doesn't suffer at all. And a plant that doesn't suffer at all is very healthy. You still stress them out, but you don't make them suffer. Stressing a plant actually has a lot of benefits to it. Stressing a plant will make it grow faster as well. Like by taking a plant and shaking it, makes it know that it's being in contact with you. It will actually take that energy and will grow so quick. I only do it to one plant. I have a plant. I do it to one plant. It's twice as big as the rest. Tell me why that is. Because I abuse it. Not in a bad way. so that it's getting more attention than all the rest. It's just a test I played on myself, and a test that's now been proven in my mind that if you stress out your plant and you have interaction with your plant, they grow bigger. Don't you think that all these people that are working in licensed producer facilities to grow marijuana are ruining our next generation of marijuana? In the future, our marijuana is just going to keep going down in THC. And it's already happening. They're taking mothers and making them last too long. They're taking mothers and cloning for more than 7 generations. It does. It does at 7th generation. So why they continue to do this is beyond me. Nobody seems to be able to get THC over 20% anymore at licensed producers because they don't know what they're doing. I have offered to work at every licensed producer in frickin' southwestern Ontario, and none of them think I'm good enough. So many secrets that I've shared with licensed producers as well. It's none of their fucking business to know, but I thought it may help them. There's no sense in helping somebody that's already there. So, by Wednesday, I'm going to have my SUV, maybe even tomorrow. It's an Acadia, a GMC, black, with all black tinted windows. It is beautiful tires on it. I think they're 20-inch tires. It is a 6-cylinder automatic. I could go for a test drive tomorrow too. That's the best part of it all. I get to go for a test drive. Test drive it right off the lot and home, I hope. I have now been up since 10 o'clock yesterday morning, so probably 5 o'clock in the morning now. 17 hours. See, 17 is my lucky number. 17 is my lucky number. And I've been up 17 hours. One day, Wolfman will be able to hear the show too. See, everybody in my life hates me. That's why I don't understand why Wolfman loves me. I'm starting to push him away from me. I can't accept his love. He has the most kindest heart I've ever met. I gotta stop stomping all over it. Crazy. Really is. I don't understand why he loves me in the slightest. Look at all the women that he has on there that would just love to just devour him. And here I am, a little bitch from Ontario. Sometimes I think that I make myself think really you don't love me, it's just pity. But I know he does love me, or he wouldn't put up with me. He would have had another woman a long time ago if he didn't love me. He would have been able to get over me a lot easier and just moved on if he didn't love me. I don't care what anybody says. Wolfman and I both have problems mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and we deal with it. We fucking deal with it. I'm medicated, he is not. I don't want to be medicated, either does he. I have to be medicated now because I have been medicated now for 24 years. More than half of my life I've been medicated. And I think that's why I feel like I'm dying every day. I'm in so much damn pain that I don't want to sleep. Because when I wake up, I'm going to feel like dying. My doctor says I assume things too much. Well, I know that if you assume things between friends too much, it makes an ass out of you and me. And when you assume things with your health, I think I should know better than she does what's going on with my body. And one thing that's going on with my body is that I'm not healthy. My kids don't give a shit about me. I talk to them about my health and they shit all over me. They don't want to hear I need medical marijuana. They don't want to hear that I'm finally feeling good about myself. When I have medical marijuana, it's the only time I feel good about myself. Sorry if I cough. I told Wolfman I'm never going to stop coughing as long as I have a license for marijuana. I will be smoking till the day I die. To the moment I die. I probably died choking on a fucking toke. But that's what I'm saying. I'm never going to quit smoking weed. And if anybody thinks that my daughter was right, I don't need weed, leave me a message. I'd love to talk to you about it. If anybody in the world deserves weed, it's me. I've already been talking about these licenses since 1992, and I got thrown in the psych for talking about it. They had them in 1979. Marijuana facilities for people to buy weed. They had licenses to grow their own in 1979. So why in 1992, when I mentioned it, the doctor was such a bastard, he drugged me with the drug I was allergic to that made me so violently ill they wouldn't let me go outside for 4 months. In the spring. And it took me 3 months just to change doctors because I had to appeal and appeal and appeal and appeal. I have never had a better psychiatrist than my Chinese psychiatrist, Dr. Chu and Dr. Wang. Dr. Wang saved my life by giving me a needle to stop all the screaming in my head and the voices and everything that was going on from the medication I was allergic to. And then Dr. Chu was the one that would give me what I wanted to take or what I thought might help me. And I would look into it and I would look into it and I would look into it before I would even ask for it. I studied the medication. I'd seen the side effects. I was well aware of being able to let the doctor know if I had any severe side effects, which I didn't have from the ones I picked. I guess you can't trust anybody anymore. Make sure everybody remembers that one. If you think your friend's not going to tell your boyfriend your secret, she'll probably do it just to get in his pants. If you put your purse down in a telephone booth and you walk half a block and turn around, you'll see the bastard running away with it. Guaranteed. If you leave your car running in front of the Max Milk, some punk will drive away with it. If you leave your bank card on your kitchen table while your teenage kids' friends come over, and your bank card ends up getting tapped $1,000. That happens too. It'll happen over and over and over again in this society. Bad ones are going to stay here until God comes down and takes them all away from us. And they may be our loved ones. They may be ones that we've been concerned about since they were children. Evil doesn't take age. Evil can come at any age. You know when a child can be evil and they're 2 years old and they're hitting their mommy because they don't get to have a toy? That child has evil in it. What do? So many evil people in this world. You throw it up to God. You say, God, I can't handle this no more. Please take care of it. There's so many evil people on this planet. Just please come down and sort us out. That's what you do. You lift your hands to God and you ask Him to sort these things out. And sorting these things out may be us not seeing a lot of people ever again. But at least then all the good people will be together and all the bad people will be together. And I can tell you another thing, if we do go through Armageddon, the reason that we're going to have zombies is because we're going to run out of medication. And then us people that are on these strong medications will lose our minds. And every pharmacy, in every city, in every town, everywhere, is going to be raided so that people just don't turn into zombies. That's the way the world's going to end. Or when these pill companies can't make pills no more because they're flying off to the Bahamas to catch a UFO to the next trip to Mars with the politicians and the lawyers and the doctors. I'll just think of that one then. Me and my mom are getting closer. See, I figure it takes a lot more to hate than it does to love. That hate lingers on your heart, makes your heart heavy. So why carry hate? So I love my mom, even though she can't say it to me, and it hurts my feelings, but I don't care. We are definitely going to have some answers in the next 3 weeks. I'm promoting my DNA test. I am talking about the results on air on mcpradio-caster-com radio. I wish my mother could be on air so that people could question her about what she did to me. Talk my mom into coming here, and then having that happen to her would probably torture her to death. Her fat heart would probably explode from all the baking grease she eats. Probably dip bread in it if she could. Well, I've got a couple of things going on, folks. I've got the MarijuanaMaMas Spreaker show off MCPR Radio and Spreaker Monster Castle. Wolfman hasn't had a chance to really promote me too much, so I'm going to do a little bit promoting for myself. These are going to be evenings or afternoons or whatever when I'm just down and out and need to talk. I'm going to get it out there what I feel like that people need to hear. I have Wolfman saying horrible things like, why don't you just call her Pimp Mama? Yeah, she was my pimp when I was 4, but she's not my pimp anymore. For the last 7 years. My mom and dad don't even remember me being taken away from them. Isn't that pretty sad? The government has records on me being taken away from my parents, and my parents have no recollection of me being taken away. Pretty fucking funny. I'm getting really bombarded with thoughts right now. I'm being bombarded with thoughts that I'm going to find more family than I could ever have dreamt of. I'm never going to have dreamt of having such a big family as I'm going to have after 3 weeks from now. Not only am I going to have DNA results and know from what countries I was from, I will also be able to know how many sisters and brothers I have out there, my grandparents, my parents, my children that I had in the hospital and were taken away from me. If they have any of their DNA results in the hospital. If there's any DNA, that was horrible sound. I think the antenna just fell off the roof. I think also that if my children were trying to find me, my son would be that Sam has. And I was talking about the nurse that has my son, my one son. I think this house is going to fall apart. We're having a windstorm. a really bad one. Everything's falling to pieces. Scary. Just as I was talking about my kids getting a hold of me through the DNA testing, because they could do it too, you know. If I find out if I even have one more child that and if my children do look for me and I have my DNA test, and nobody can deny me having children in a psychiatric hospital and telling me it's all in my head because I went through labor. You don't go through labor in your head. Think about it. My damn occupational therapist bitch from Hal Kate tried to tell me it was all in my head. Told me I had to grieve their death because I believed they were alive, living, healthy. I really do think, and in the long run, this was meant to be. And if for any reason any of my children do get told the truth, even though it's been hidden in the hospital records, there is no records of any births anywhere, anyhow, between 1992 and 1997. But I remember giving birth to 3 children. If those children look for me, or if my DNA matches 3 children that I have birth. What's the government going to do? Tell me I'm a liar then? I think that I'm in no relation to people that raised me. They were Mexican inmate. They believe you can do anything you want between Monday and Saturday and ask to be forgiven on Sunday, and all is forgiven. No matter how many times you do bad, you just ask to be forgiven and forgiven. That's not how life works. That's not how death works. That's not how anything should work. So crazy smoke. I don't know what's going on. It's getting pretty freaky in here. I've got 47 minutes almost. Mike's lucky number. If there's a windstorm tomorrow, I'll probably avoid going into town. Catch up on my sleep. I miss Mike. I miss him when he spent time with me. You can be in a relationship, but if you don't spend time with each other, then it's not a relationship anymore. Talk to each other in passing. That's not how it works. You have to start communicating and expressing how it's going on. The only time Wolfman and I can do that is when we take our long drives. I don't know, it's just that I feel like every day I shouldn't have to wake up crying in panic. So I don't want to sleep. And I don't want to cry every day. Emotionally, I am drained. I am drained emotionally. And I have no more feeling of or even needing anyone else on this planet. No more needing, wanting, or anything of anyone on this planet. The little people I do know, there's 1, 2, 3. 3 people I know. Wait. Yeah, 3 people I talk to on the whole goddamn planet. And I like it that way. Less than a handful. I used to say 3, 4. Okay, 3 people, friends. The 4th person's my mother. So, Wolfman would say that's not a friend because of what she did to me. But, like I said, I forgave her so I could make her my 4th friend. I don't see why not. I'm going to repeat myself again. It's harder to hold on to hate than it is to hold on to love. It's harder to hate than it is to love. It's harder on the heart to hate than it is to hold love on the heart. Love is lighter than hate. Hate weighs weight. Love does not. God said, love thine enemy. God said, love thine enemy. My mother is an enemy of mine since the day I was born, because she planned a horrible life for me. So she is my worst enemy in the whole planet. And I feel like if I can forgive the worst enemy in my life for what she did to me, that makes me a stronger person. And for everything I've been through, makes me a stronger person. So, people laughing at me and saying, oh yeah, she's just crazy bitch. I don't really care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I care about what I think. And I sincerely think that I'm on the right path. I'm on the right journey. And I'm on my journey. And my journey's going to take me a long way. I've already been told by God I'm not coming back to the planet. It'll be heaven on earth where I won't come back. Once I die, I won't be coming back to this evil place. I'll be going to a heavenly place where I'll never have to worry about being stabbed in the back again. God's going to surround me with his arms, and he's going to hold me in his arms and he's going to say, daughter, I love you. I feel like with the gift that I have and the gift that God gave me to speak on his behalf in my poetry, he thinks of me as a daughter because I have that much faith in him as Jesus did. And Jesus was his son. And I am God's daughter, and I have all faith in heaven and earth that one day I'll be with him again. He took me when I was 5, and he'll take me again. I had a witch take care of me from the time I was 4. Well, I say 6. Not even 4. 5 or 6. Maybe it was between 5 and 6. I used to dream about this witch in my backyard. And she actually would take me into this slide. And this slide would go all the way into the ground and it would go in circles. A big slide all the way into the basement and you fall into a bunch of pillows. And every time she took me down into her cellar, basement, home, place, whatever it was, she would show me these newspaper printers. You know, I would love to get my story out there to the point where I was on TV. I would just kick everybody in this world's ass to pieces. TV or a movie. I don't want to play anyone in my movie. It's just for people to know it's a biography and it actually happened and this is the story and this is how it went and this is how it goes and this is how everything should be played out so it's not too much info but enough info so that people know what happened. With lots of detail where God comes down and takes me as a child away from the pain that I was enduring from the pedophile that was hurting me after I told my mother that he was morphine. I never finished the story about 70 needle holes. I just figured out this year that I was set up for a fall. And my aunt was involved, my uncle was involved, and possibly my mother was involved. My father could have been involved because he would have got $250,000 if I would have died. So I don't see why that little bit of just knowing he had a life insurance policy on me makes me think he was involved in that as well. But what had happened was I was walking around at 3 o'clock in the morning downtown in Elmer and I got brought over to my Aunt Mary's house by the police. And they were concerned that I was on the street that late at night and just wanted me to go home and go to sleep. I was Sergeant Lamore. And I went in the house and I was going to take a bath. And then I looked out the window and I seen Sergeant Lamore open his trunk. And I don't know what was in his trunk, but my Aunt Helen grabbed whatever bags were in the trunk and put them in somewhere. She moved them out somewhere outside. She came back in and she gave me some clothes to wear. They were way too big. She was way too fat. Her clothes would never fit me. So she gave me some clothes to wear. She fed me some popcorn. And my aunt decided to leave with my niece because I really wasn't I was very depressed because I just lost my kids in a custody battle. And, well, first custody battle. And, My aunt left with my niece and she said she'd be back in an hour. She never came back that night. Not only that, she didn't come back. By the time I got out of the tub and laid on the couch to fall asleep, I feel like my aunt had given these bags to these 10 Mennonite men. And they had needles in them with the heroin, cocaine, speed, and opium in them. And they had gotten it from the police of Elmer. And then they decided to rape me and hit me in the head with a 2x4. When I got up and unlocked the door, ran out the front door naked. They threw me in the back of the truck in the middle of November. Minus 20, 25 degrees, snowing, blizzard. And they drove me around the block and behind the food bank and threw me in Catfish Creek. That was so bloody cold. And I was in the water, I don't know how long, but I was holding on a branch so I wouldn't be swept away down the river. And police grabbed me out of the water just in time before I drowned to death. Instead of sending me to the hospital to get checked out for hypothermia, they threw me in a cell without a blanket or a pillow or anything. Didn't offer me a drink. Didn't give me any food. Didn't even offer me a hot chocolate. Nothing. Not even a coffee. And I stayed in that cell until the next morning. About 9 o'clock, my aunt showed up to take me to the site. I wasn't allowed to go to the other hospital because the police said that I was to go to the psychiatric hospital instead of the regular hospital. My aunt had just as much to do with me being set up by those men as the men that were there themselves. She would never admit to it to me, though. At least my mom admitted what she did to me. When I was 37, I asked my mom, why the hell did you sell me to that 70-year-old man? And she said to me, I was trying to get away from your dad. I was saving up money to buy a house to get away from your dad. Yeah, she sure as fuck did. She sure as fuck did. Is it pretty funny that I was pregnant by Tim and I got my stomach punched in by my dad after he broke my nose and I lost the baby. Thank God I was 11 years old with my pedophile baby. I thank my dad when I was 22 for giving me a miscarriage. My mom bought a house as soon as we left. When we left my dad, when I was 11, she bought a house. How are you supposed to buy a house when you're on mother's allowance or welfare or whatever the fuck there was back then? Unless you pimp off your daughter. Sick motherfuckers on this planet. I have half an hour, folks. I'm going to change the topic now. We are going to talk about something really, really cool. Wolfman's got it so that we are going to be doing shows and taking turns. My MarijuanaMaMas Journey will be playing on YouTube also. Wolfman's almost got me convinced to start doing a video on YouTube. Almost. Don't say I will. I'm not saying I will. Fuck no. I'm not making up that final decision until I think about it a lot more now. YouTube is a good way of getting us out there and really laughing your ass off when you see how we are together. It'll take some of the guessing and stuff away from this, but that's okay. Because the radio show, when he says to hit him, and he says, "Oh, she's hitting me," I'm slapping my hands together. So it actually does sound like I'm hitting him, but I'm actually not. It's all in your imagination and how you take things. But some people may believe I'm actually hitting him when I'm not. This way, I'll be on YouTube, and I'll be putting my one hand on his one cheek and slapping my hand with the other hand. Not really hitting him, but making it look like I'm hitting him. And we will still be having our silly arguments and making up afterwards, because it's the best part is making up. It's called the honeymoon. How do they say that? Honeymoon phase. So you have a big fight, you have a honeymoon phase, and then you have a big fight, and you have a honeymoon phase. Honeymoon phase, honeymoon phase, honeymoon phase. I wrote something here too. I wrote so much. What is this? Oh, I wrote this for Wolfman. Every time I heard Mike's name for the last 25 years, I would say, my heart would do a pitter-patter every time someone mentioned his name. And I've always wanted to be with him, talk to him, get him to call me, but his sister-in-law made sure to keep us apart for 20 years. So, I feel like he had 20 years stolen from us. And I guess we had 20 years worth of experiences we had to go through that we couldn't share. And the life that he would have had going through with my shit probably would have killed him off at a young age because of all the devastating crap that always happens. So I'm glad that me and Wolfman are together now, and the 20 years that have gone past. I would have had a much better life if I would have been with Mike, and Mike, I think, had a better life because he wasn't with me. Okay. Years may pass. The wind blows swiftly, the snow I can see. It chills to the bones, the quiet monotones. In the dark night, I stare at the starlight. I shiver and shake. My heart just aches. The spring is near. I shed a tear. Not seeing you again is my only fear. Only is the night when the moon is shining bright. No one to hold on to. All I want is to see you. Years may pass. My love for you will last. I miss you so. I hope you know. The sun is here, the summer is near. Heat makes you sweat, I have not seen you yet. The leaves begin to fall, I wish you could call. Here in my heart, the patter of rain starts to fall, so do my tears. I think of you each and every day. When I go to sleep, I pray that we will meet again someday. That we will meet again someday. The years may pass, my love for you will last. I miss you so, I hope you know. Wolfman knows I got that poem published. That poem I wrote 20 years ago for him. Shh, don't tell. Don't tell. Shh, shh, shh. First time me and Wolfman Mike met, I was 11 and he was 16. 15. He was 15. He hadn't turned quite 16 yet. He was 16. His birthday's in October and the fair was in August. So I was 11 and he was 15. Pretty cool because we were at the fairgrounds, but I was there with my aunt and my cousin, second cousin, and they were all big girls. And I always, when I was younger, looked like I should have been on the TV. I looked like a movie star. I walked into Elmer. And nobody knew what I was doing there because it didn't fit in. I was too pretty to even be in the sickening old town I was in. So I was at the fairgrounds and I was there at the Zipper. And Wolfman walks up to me and he goes, "Would you go on this ride with me?" And I said, I looked over at my aunt and I said, she looked at me and she goes, "Yeah, you can go with them." So me and him went on the ride and I puked on the people underneath us and I dropped a bunch of stuff underneath the ride. And then after that ride, we went and he won me a bunch of little toys. And we went and seen the animals and we seen the art. And then we were over by the bleachers kissing. And we were walking out so that I was going to meet up with my cousins. But I had lost time too, and so did Mike. And all of a sudden, this old gentleman comes walking towards Mike and said, "Where have you been?" He grabbed him by the fucking ear and drug him away from me, and I didn't see him again for 10 years. I cried. Mike cried over me. I thought for sure I'd see him again. I thought he was from Elmer, but needless to say, I didn't know that he was going back to school in Milton in less than a week and a half from the fair. So I didn't see him again until I was in my early 20s. 21, 22. Every time I went to the bar and he was playing his guitar or his keyboard or singing or drums or whatever, our eyes would meet and they would just lock. Our eyes would lock and we wouldn't be able to take our eyes off each other. And every time I ever met him, before and after, it was like that. Hi, Dee. After? And after, when I was 27, I think was the last time I seen him until I was 27, 24. No, I was 27. And then I didn't see him again for another 20 years. So really, it's been a long time since we've been together. Or known each other, known love each other. Honey, I've almost done an hour and 60 minutes. 160 minutes. I don't know how to put YouTube on here because I don't know how to turn the volume up to play a song that I've wanted to play all evening, but I can't because there's no volume control on your computer. What's the matter? Oh, something fell off the roof out here, hon. I don't know if it was your antenna or what it was, but it smashed off the roof and landed on the porch. I think it was your antenna. This is what smash. It's still up there?
Yeah, it's extremely windy out.
I bet you there's branches then falling and hitting the roof. I was so scared, I was shaking in my boots.
It's too late to talk to me.
Yeah, Wolfman's going about. He's tired. I've only got 18 more minutes, folks, and I'll be off the air. It won't be boring you no more. Your ears won't hurt. They won't bleed. You won't be having a bloody nose and your eyes bleeding and your nose and your ears and your mouth and everything bleeding. Oh, watch it. Well, folks, if I could play you a song, I would, but I can't, so I won't. But I will read you an article in the local newspaper. Local newspaper of Wolfman's trying to save my plant. An Elmer man, 31, was charged with theft after he allegedly stole 2 backyard marijuana plants from a resident of a Holland Avenue and Talbot Street area on Friday, September 14th, around 8:30 a.m. Chief Horvath said the owner had a license to produce them for personal use. Merck's report to police was a suspicious man going through backyards. That was Wolfman trying to catch him. As it turned out, he said that was the owner chasing the alleged thief. After an investigation, police charged a 31-year-old with theft, 2 plants were seized. He was also charged with unlicensed production of marijuana. It's kind of a crock of shit because the police were the ones that smoked it. Doesn't say anything about my one plant in that newspaper article. I had 1 plant, not 2. So what are they fucking thinking now? Stupid assholes. They don't know nothing about it. I was even fucking tell. Piece of shit. I haven't even read that. I should have read that earlier. That's so fucking stupid. Fucking ignorant. He didn't even get the story right. Anything to change the truth, right? Police will do anything to change the truth. Anything to fuck the poor fucking crazy bitch over. Yeah, fuck the crazy bitch over. Why not? As long as they fuck me over, I can't sue his fucking stinking little ass. He may have thought it was 2 plants because it was so big, and it was only 1. Well, folks, I really wish I could have been more of an upbeat person tonight. I've just been letting you know a little bit about myself and what's been going on in our lives. Like I said, we're suffering from health problems right now. Get over it. We're human too. If we're not human, we still have human problems. We still go through every life daily thing. And if we can't do the show 7 days a week, people are going to have to get a grip, because life, it doesn't work that way. You cannot sit in front of a computer 7 days a week and get anything else accomplished. We will be doing shows for a lot longer periods. We will be taking turns doing shows. We will be writing music together. We will be sharing our songs with you. We will just be making a lot of good and funny. My shows aren't funny. I never, ever, ever said once I'm funny. All I ever said about my shows is health. Health and medical. Medical, I'm nuts. Health, marijuana. There you go. That's my show. 13 minutes. Lucky number there, eh? Maybe I should smoke another doobie. Why don't you hear me cough for a while? You can be jealous. You can be jealous of my coughing. I really wanted to do this for Wolfman and get his show up and going again, because he thought he had destroyed his speaker, and I proved him wrong. He never destroyed nothing. He never made an ultimate mistake that wiped his system off and never had his existence on Spreaker again. Nothing like that. Now, everybody that enjoys Spreaker will be able to hear him on Spreaker. Everybody that likes him on Caster can hear him on Caster. And if in the near future we decide to go live on YouTube, you will be able to see us do our fucked up shit. Him drinking, me smoking pot. Our funky shit. Oh, he smokes marijuana too, but he needs it. He does. He needs it just as much as I do. We're like the Bobby twins. We need all the same things. Marijuana and love. Food comes first. Beer comes third for him. I have a girlfriend, and she has started up her own business, and I am impressed with what she's done. I'm going to be making a commercial for her, and hopefully I will be able to get her some sales. Anybody that is interested in spices for meals, to make your family the most ultimate meals and ultimate flavors with ultimate meals, will be able to contact my girlfriend, and she will send you spices for everything under the sun, including chicken, pizza, ribs, pork chops, potatoes, noodles, salads. And she has the spices marked on each package, what each package has in it. And she mixes them all herself, seals them all herself. And I am hoping that she gets a lot of business from the commercial that we start for her. And I want to set her up a website and really get her rocking. She's been doing this now for 5 years. It's hard work, and I'm hoping it's paying off for her, but I want to help her as much as I can. She's always been there for me. She's never stabbed me in the back, so there's probably 3 people that I have in my life that I can be friends with. So if I can help her in any way establish her career or her job into a career and really get big and do what she needs to do, because most people don't know what spices to add to things. And when they're already mixed together in a package and you only have to use a little bit or to your taste, it's phenomenal. And I never thought that spices were really all that good until I tried her chicken and her meatloaf and everything that she adds her spices to. And she's an amazing cook, and I enjoy spices now. Wolfman cooks with spices and I enjoy them, but I would have to say my girlfriend was the first one that really introduced me to spices and how they can be used to enhance the flavor of meat and food. We're having a windstorm today. I'm thinking I might not do anything today. Especially since I've been up all night. So why would I? I hope anyone listening on Facebook, if you have any questions for me, can talk to me on Facebook. I don't go on there anymore because nobody talks to me. All they do is send me things to send back. Forget it. I'm not going to do that. I don't have no luck. Why should I send you luck? Or fucking whatever shit you guys send out. So you gotta send something, post to 20 people. Like, fuck off. Don't people have anything better to do than to post? Seriously? I'm getting sick of how fucking pathetic everything is, and everything has got to be in front of a TV screen. Or computer. Wolfman picked me up a ticket and I won $5. He picks lucky numbers too, like I do. Well, folks, I haven't been the best at company tonight, but as you can see, I did have a lot on my mind, and it's almost over. My mind is almost over. I'm going to try to relax, write some poetry, and listen to my show. I'm sharing here with you tonight, and this morning, and I'm hoping that everybody's gonna enjoy the future shows that we have together, and YouTube will be a blast. I don't intend to have, Wolfman probably does, but I don't intend to have callers call in, because this is going to be more like what we do on a fucking Saturday night YouTube program. Him smashing on the drums, me reading my lyrics, and singing on top of my lungs the songs I already know the way to sing them, and just going crazy here by ourselves or with roommates. I don't want to be judged on YouTube. I don't know if that's an option for me. Maybe we'll have the camera on him 24/7 and me just off in the background talking. I don't quite feel up to that yet. And if he wants to get Discord and all that bullshit to come on the show, he's just going to make it a bunch of bullshit, staring at a screen, talking to assholes about gossip about people and making fun of people and making people feel like shit. It's just like bullying. Spreaker and all these programs and the one I was just talking about, whatever. It's bullying. It's all bullying. You don't need to bully. Kids learn that. Why are we doing it in our 40s? Okay, folks, you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching the program. We will be doing an mcpradio-caster-com radio on the weekend. Marijuana Mama and Wolfman will be together. You gotta look for Christmas now. Start shopping, everybody. Forget about Christmas altogether. That's what we decided to do. We've done this for a year. We're going to do it this year. We don't buy presents at Christmas time. We buy presents all year round to each other. We do not bother having to spend thousands of dollars at Christmas time. I'm sure that when Jesus was born, they bought fur and all those things and those things. And those things probably didn't cost you an arm and a leg. They were probably brought out of a plant. And I really don't see the reason to get into debt for 4 months of the new year just to buy everybody presents, because most people just want to bring it back or don't like it or want to trade it with someone else anyway. So what's the sense? There's no sense in buying gifts. Like kids, of course, if you have kids in your family, extended kids, cousins, nieces, nephews, yes, buy for that. Adults, let's get over it. We're not 5 anymore. You don't need to buy gifts. You don't need to get gifts. You don't need to be spoiled rotten one day of the year to make you feel special. Do it any time of the year. It'll make you feel much more special. Guaranteed. Why is it that we only buy gifts once a year? Why is it that we can't get a gift on Sunday morning and have breakfast and flowers on the table and that's the gift? What is wrong with that? Nothing. So why don't some of us try to forget about Christmas this year in that sort of fashion? Let's band together and say no. We're not going Black Sunday shopping or Crap Friday shopping. We're not getting our heads blown off because somebody wanted a TV that I wanted. Who cares? Don't shop this year. Forget about Christmas. Remember that Jesus was born on Christmas Day, December the 25th. Do not buy thousands of dollars worth of presents just to be indebted for months on end and being to scrape by because you went crazy at Christmas time because you think that's what society wants you to do. You don't even want to do it. You are just convinced you have to. You don't. Make up your own mind. Don't let society do this to you. And that's my final word. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I have 47 seconds. Just like Mike's number come up again. Holy shit, 47 seconds. Wolfman's number is 47. Okay, folks. Have a wonderful evening.